Zhao Mu was left in a state of absolute shock by the 10,000-fold reward he had just received. He now possessed the human emperor bloodline. According to ancient legends, when the heavens and earth were first created, 100 races emerged simultaneously, and powerful warlords fought bitterly for dominance. There came a point when the human race grew so weak that it faced total extinction. In that desperate moment, a group of peerless human experts arose. They tempered their bodies and bloodlines to the absolute limit, achieving a combat power that was nearly invincible. Because of them, humanity turned peril for safety, crushed their most formidable enemies, and ensured the survival of the human lineage. Zhao Mu vowed to himself that one day, he too would walk among the stars and wipe out every invader that dared to challenge his people. With a simple flick of his hand, Zhao Mu triggered a massive explosion directly in front of him. The monster's face twisted in shock as it witnessed the sheer destruction of the strike, which had nearly torn a hole through the floor. Zhao Mu looked at the small leopard creature and asked if it truly wished to continue the fight. The beast let out a low growl and lunged at him with blinding speed once more. At that moment, however, Zhao Mu noticed that the creature's movements seemed to have slowed down significantly. He evaded the initial attack without any effort. With his palm glowing brightly, he delivered a powerful strike that sliced through the center of the monster's body, killing it instantly. Zhao Mu let out a heavy sigh as he looked down at the leopard's remains. Immediately after, a notification appeared informing him that since he had cleared the 4th level, he could choose one of 3 rewards. The options manifested before him: a 4th-rank Windwalk skill, a 4th-rank artifact called the Frostfall Sphere, and a black-rank mid-grade technique known as the Great Steel Cleaving Hand. He carefully examined each one and realized they were all high-quality items. However, he was restricted to picking only one. Without hesitation, he made his choice, intending to eventually give it to someone else. He then began to walk slowly toward the next set of stairs, thinking to himself that the people outside must be in an absolute frenzy over the abilities he had displayed. Outside the climbing heaven road, the spectators were indeed struggling to believe what they were seeing. Someone shouted and pointed at the screen, noting that Zhao Mu's rank had changed yet again. On the massive display, his name appeared clearly in the number 1 spot. The crowd was stunned into silence as they realized that Zhao Mu was now the top-ranked fighter in the Outer Sect Heavenly Pride ranking. A look of pure joy spread across Lu Qi's face, knowing that Zhao Mu had lived up to his highest expectations. On the other hand, Chu Jiaoran was reeling, unable to accept how such a result was even possible. To her, it seemed impossible for Zhao Mu to become the number 1 in the Outer Sect under these conditions. Meanwhile, Niu Ao spoke with a cold, threatening tone. He remarked that for someone to reach the top rank while only at the 5th layer of Foundation establishment was unheard of, and he declared that he would use his full power later to completely crush Zhao Mu. When Zhao Mu entered the 5th level of the Climbing Heaven Road, he stopped dead in his tracks. Standing before him were 5 massive monsters radiating an overwhelming presence. He immediately realized that these were 5 mid-stage core formation great demons. He thought to himself that the difficulty of this trial had reached an absurd level. As the monsters began to close in, Zhao Mu raised his hands in a gesture of surrender. He told them there was no need for them to make a move because he knew his own limits. At that exact moment, one of the great demons lunged forward and attacked. Zhao Mu let out a soft chuckle and told the creatures not to be so impatient. His words seemed to confuse the great demons, leaving them momentarily speechless. He requested that they wait for him until he gained enough strength to challenge them properly once more. As he began to fade away, the demon's attack missed him completely because he had already chosen to forfeit the fight. He added that he believed it wouldn't be long before they met again. At that moment, his form completely vanished from within the Climbing Heaven Road. Outside, a brilliant portal appeared, signaling his exit and catching many spectators by surprise. When Zhao Mu finally stepped out, he noticed the massive crowd and jokingly asked with a smile if everyone was there just to welcome him back. However, in a flash, Niu Ao landed violently in front of him. With a smirk, Niu Ao declared that Zhao Mu had finally shown his face and that he had been waiting a long time for this. Suddenly, Lu Qi and Chu Jiaoran stepped between them. Lu Qi warned him to be careful, noting that Niu Ao was ranked 8th in the Inner Sect Heavenly Pride ranking. Meanwhile, Chu Jiaoran urged him to run, saying they would handle Niu Ao themselves. Zhao Mu was surprised by the scene and immediately said that while he appreciated Lu Qi's help, he was confused as to why Chu Jiaoran was interfering. Chu Jiaoran glanced back briefly and replied that she had her own reasons. This display only fueled Niu Ao's rage. To him, the fact that Chu Jiaoran and Lu Qi were protecting Zhao Mu was proof that influential figures had already noticed the boy's potential. He couldn't afford to wait any longer, he had to kill Zhao Mu before the elders arrived. Niu Ao charged with all his might, shoving Lu Qi and Chu Jiaoran aside with a force that nearly sent them flying. He screamed that no one could stop him from avenging his cousin. Instead of showing fear, Zhao Mu prepared himself. Within moments, he stood tall with a smile as a golden energy radiated from his entire body. He calmly remarked that his warm-up was over and he was now ready to experience the true power of a peak core formation expert. He met Niu Ao's attack head-on using the power of his human emperor bloodline. When their forces collided, a massive explosion of energy rocked the area. The intensity of the impact left bystanders wondering how someone at the fifth layer of Foundation establishment could directly clash with a peak core formation expert. Some even whispered that the light surrounding Zhao Mu was surely the human emperor bloodline in action. As the smoke from the blast slowly cleared, Zhao Mu was revealed, smiling calmly while effortlessly blocking Niu Ao's powerful punch with just one hand. With a confident tone, he remarked that when it comes to raw strength, it wasn't even certain that senior brother Niu Ao could defeat him. Niu Ao was utterly shocked, unable to fathom how many secrets Zhao Mu was hiding. At that point, he decided to stop holding back. He violently shoved Zhao Mu's hand away, and a golden sword slowly began to emerge from his chest. Seeing this, Lu Qi screamed for Zhao Mu to run immediately. Shock and worry were etched across Chu Jiaoran's face as well. At the same time, Niu Ao roared for Zhao Mu to die, claiming that dying by such a technique was a worthy way for his life to end. In an instant, the golden sword was pointed directly at Zhao Mu's face.
The chapter ends here. Watch out for our upcoming uploads. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you'll always be updated on our future videos.